Here it is, a staircase in the middle of the woods. It's not on fire, and it's definitely real.
The video is crystal clear. A 360-degree walk around a staircase sitting in the middle of the woods. 13 wooden steps going up and dropping off into nothing. Still no handrail. Apparently rebuilt or reappearing in the woods behind the homes of Wayward Court in the town of Brittlebone, Ohio. A tremendous thank you to our listener Heather for reaching out to the show and sending this video in. It's honestly quite eerie. The stairs in the video look exactly how I remember them. I'd say they even look like they're set upon that same old patch of concrete that the old stairs sat on, as Heather was thoughtful enough to not only send in this video evidence, but also to brush back the leaves to show that concrete is still there, embedded in the forest floor. I think what's wildest to me is that back when I was a kid in 2001, curiosity had gotten the best of me, as it always does. And I'd made the journey out into those woods a few days after the Barkers were killed because I needed to see it for myself. And I'd found the spot where those stairs had been. I saw the scorched earth. I saw rubble and ash. Police tape was still strung up from trees, whipping around in the wind. And that old strip of concrete embedded in the forest floor was blackened and charred. And now, whatever burnt remains once littered the scene appeared to be long gone. Now, there's a staircase rebirthed in 4K smartphone definition. I have no idea how it's possible. I have no idea why we have a resurrected mystery staircase on our hands, but I do have an idea on what to do about it. I had not originally planned to address live updates on this show. As I've previously mentioned, this whole project was meant to be just a kind of audiobook dedicated to the spooky things from my hometown, telling stories, doing some exploring of the questions that have always hung with me. And so I was all set up for this show to just be discussing lingering legends. But fast forward these past few weeks into the show, and I get this email about the mystery staircase returned to existence. But that's not all. I've gotten other messages, leading to phone calls, leading to stories like these.
All right, so I am calling in to talk about the factory.
We went to this bridge. I think they said you're supposed to hear like someone screaming.
It was kind of I can't explain it. It was her, but it wasn't her.
We all kind of know the stories. We all kind of know that teenagers go and break in even when they're not supposed to.
I don't want to say apparition because she looked too real.
One of the dudes I was with thought he saw something in white or something like that. I didn't really buy that, but the driver said that the wheel turned right when they turned the car.
There were just melted candles in a circle on the floor.
She walked right out the back door and just disappeared.
There were what appeared to be some kind of chicken feathers everywhere.
And And she just looked at us and said, "Don't you ever tell anyone what we all just saw."
I'm not necessarily a person that believes in ghosts, but I do believe in evil, and I know what we saw there.
We had an EVP recorder. We were asking questions.
I have a story at the bottom of that cul-de-sac.
Had gnarly, like, dumb stuff happen. I hated that bridge. I wouldn't go on that road for a very long time.
And I just knew it was real because it was only her and I in this room. There was no one else around
And
us.
it wasn't just like, oh no, I'm scared for my life. It wasn't that type of scary. It was creeping in my bones scary. Like I literally started like shaking and like screaming.
It was always clear that in order to cover legends, hauntings, and weird tales in any kind of honest way, I always wanted a large element of this show to be picking through truths and untruths. Now, again, I'm not an investigative journalist, but it's obvious that doing any genuine kind of investigation requires taking a deeper look into the sources of these tales. Which is why I wanted to include this little kind of bumper episode in between chapters of this project to provide this general update, and specifically to include this soundbite, which is the sound of me clacking on a keyboard, purchasing a plane ticket to fly back to Ohio. Since I'm putting out these episodes as I record them, I do want to note that, shockingly, podcasting about a spooky cul-de-sac and a 20-year-old solved crime have not yet paid for my rent, nor has it put enough chicken parm sandwiches on my plate to keep me fed. And I do, believe it or not, have a day job that does both of those things. That day job requires me to give them a 2-week notice before I take an extended absence to fly across the country to investigate the mysteries and paranormal activity taking place in foggy old towns. But worry not, there will not be a 2-week gap in releasing episodes. Because before we make our journey, we will fully prepare by covering the most famous pillar of Brittlebone strangeness. And before that, next episode will be our first listener mailbag. And I will go ahead and consider this mandatory listening because we'll correct some mistakes, answer some popular questions, and for the first time, we will hear first-hand accounts of strange tales from Brittlebone, Ohio.